Okay, good morning, everyone. Welcome to our, it's what, February 19th SIG. Have a nice crowd with us today. I'm filling in for Kevin, so I'm the substitute teacher, so all of you behave, or I have to send you to the principal's office. So we've got a bunch of videos here to share. Thanks to those who gave one. Ron has one. And, that's okay. Daryl has one. Tom has a few, thank you very much, and Mike has one, so we will,
The Toms are short, right?
They are now. After all the critiques, now the others are short.
so,
We've gone from Gone with the Wind to Path A News.
I assume you're recording, right?
yes, we're recording. So let's start with this one, Mission Garden, you want to talk about it, Tom?
Yeah, we did a field trip that went to the Mission Garden and Presidio. Patty Ferguson led the trip, and it was kind of interesting because, you know, here you are in the middle of winter going to a garden, but surprisingly, they have quite a few things going on there, so we'll just tee it up and we'll check it out.
What everyone think?
Why did you make it?
Why did they? Well, a couple of reasons. Todd's desperate for Showtime videos, so desperate
I
time,
am.
desperate
I am.
measures. And then also to kind of put some videos together on the field trips and everything to post to Facebook. So we get a little bit more press on the field trips.
There was a photo near the end of the group, all standing looking. That would be a good one to copy.
Oh, okay.
At the field trip.
Yeah, where Patty's taking a
Yeah.
picture of the group. Yeah.
So one of the things that I noticed, and I don't think this is so much with your video, but it's when you start panning like this and it seems to get jerky. Is there?
Yeah, I'm not sure why that's doing that, because I'm using the old,
Ken Burns.
Ken Burns effect. And
What's the
Da Vinci.
editor?
What's that?
What's your editor?
Da Vinci.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I saw that too. That was
Yeah, so I'm not sure if
really
that,
bad.
Yeah, I was trying to look here and up there to see if it's this screen or it's on here, but I saw it a little bit on here too.
yeah, because I'm not sure if it was part of the download process or upload, download and retransfer.
Yeah.
Usually that's pretty good, but
The reason I asked the question I asked is somewhere in the back of my mind, I was thinking, now would it be better or worse with the narration? You know, and the how, why, where, when, of Mission Garden, you know, I'm not sure, I just always bouncing around.
no, okay.
Well,
You know,
for
what
any
it-
video, first question is, where's the story?
Yeah, yeah,
You have a story, you have an intro, a body, and a conclusion.
Yeah, because I should probably indicate that it was done in January when very little was growing, very little was in bloom. And so it's like, hey, you went to a garden and there are no flowers. Yeah. So, yeah, thanks, appreciate that. Those are good comments.
Does anyone know, are there any like parameters when you're shooting, like panning like that with, you know, how many frames per second you should be shooting, or could you take that and slow it down?
I think that was a still, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was a still shot.
That was a still shot.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's why it was having the problem, the jerky motion.
oh,
And so you were panning it, but you were also
No,
burns it?
no, it was a still shot, but I used,
Ken Burke.
Ken Burns to pan from left to right,
Yeah,
you know, instead of zooming in, zooming out.
yeah.
Ken
It's
Paul,
just
he's
a-
kind of ticked off about that.
Would,
Gotta keep panning.
never, the file size have something to do with that?
Well, number one, he had to blow it up, blow the picture up. So you're decreasing the resolution.
yeah.
And it was just in the encoding. Or like you say, somewhere along the line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because at home, it was smooth.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
So it could just be the process of getting it to you and everything online.
But it might be,
Well done.
is this the same laptop or different laptop than Kevin normally uses?
Kevin uses that. This is my PC.
It might be that, the processing power on this PC just can't keep up with,
Yeah, it could be the playback. You're right.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Do you need to get a new PC?
Well,
Make sure you tell.
for those who joined late, I was having issues with this PC all weekend long because my internal drive basically was filled and I couldn't even open up Photoshop. I was getting critical error messages
Oh, no.
on Vinci. But a lot of it had to do with, temporary files, that I really never paid attention to, and there were a lot out there. And so when I went and deleted the temporary files with my fingers crossed, hoping that anything I was working on wasn't going to affect, it cleared up quite a few gigabytes open on the C drive.
Yeah, it could be that this computer's just choking on that. Because there's a lot of encoding there.
for what it's worth. In the budget, we have,
For me to get a new PC, great.
yeah, as long as you keep it here. We have funds for one new, Mac-based, laptop and one new PC-based laptop for the club. Maybe that'll help,
Does the club currently have anything?
We have two of each of them.
but they're pretty old. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I should talk about that, Sam, after the flex or something. All right, so let's go here.
Last summer, I borrowed one of my grandson's computers to do some editing on. And it was a big gaming machine, the kind that lights in the neighborhood go dim when they turn it on. My God, you should see a video editor run on that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's almost instantaneous, It's just wow.
Big graphics card that have accelerators.
Yeah.
Daryl, you want to tell us about Roadrunners?
I put it together this morning in haste. It's, less than 3 minutes, so it won't bore you to death. I was at the Wildlife SIG on Friday and somebody showed some Roadrunner pictures and then somebody else showed some nature video that they had set up. And thought the wildlife thing was predominantly stills, but here were some videos and it reminded me of. This was taken April 14th of 2022. I was sitting on my dad's back porch. And it's mating season, so here you go. There's three like 2-minute videos that I just edited down to about 2.5 minutes.
Well, she's fashionably lean, and she's fashionably late. She'll never rank a scene, she'll never break a day. But she's no drag, just watch the way she walks. She's a 20th century fox. She's a 20th century fox. No tears, no fears, no ruin years, no clocks. She's a 20th century fox. She's the queen of cool, and she's the lady who waits. Sets her mind, let's school. It never hesitates. She won't waste time on elementary talk. 'Cause she's a 20th century fox. She's a 20th century fox. Got the world locked up inside a plastic box. She's a 20th century fox. 20th century fox. 20th century fox. She's a 20th century fox.
It's making me think of musical chairs.
Wrong title on it, should have been, not tonight, I've got a headache.
What's that?
Should have been, not tonight, I've got a headache.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I can't do it now, gotta run.
So you got that a few years ago?
Yes.
Any comments?
That was pretty cool.
And the music was darn appropriate, considering you just picked it at random.
Yeah.
The Doors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to me.
Back to Tom, want to tell us
I
about
didn't
Presidio?
mean to stack all these up on one day.
That's okay. I
These
need
have been in the queue for about 3 weeks, I think.
I needed.
Yeah.
So what about this one?
Okay, this was, on the same day we did the Mission Gardens, there was a living history day at the Presidio of San Augustine. And, so we went there and took in some living history and if there's some people who look familiar in there besides the ones on the field trip, Danny's wife, Becky, is a taco maker, and dresses up in period costume and everything. So be on the lookout.
In the day, the Presidio covered 11.5 acres inside the Presidio. The walls would have gone down that way, 700 feet down that way, another 700 feet. 4 cannon would have been there, 2 in the northeast corner and 2 in the southwest corner, which then could command all 4. The captain of the gun crew is going to call us to attention. He will not proceed until all of our eyes are upon him, so he knows we're paying attention. He will then say a prayer to Saint Barbara, Santa Barbara, who is the patron saint of the cannoneers.
¡Atención! Prevénganse para el ejercicio. Ruega por nosotros, Santa Bárbara. Entran en el sacatrapos en el cañón. Pasen. Retiren. Entran a la lanada y tapa el fogón. Pasen. Retiren. Afronten el atacador. Pólvora. Ataquen. Seven y cubre el vagón. Toma el botafuego. Sople la marcha. Bota fuego al cañón. Cover your ears. Fuego. Bota fuego a su lugar. Entran en el sacatrapos del cañón. Pasen. Reconozcan si está claro. Entran a la lanada. Tapa el vagón. Pasen. Retiren. Descansen.
Viva! Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
When's that done?
January.
Nice job.
Yeah, that got the whole message out, you know. I liked it.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. I had to, if you notice, there was some breaks, where I had to do some cross dissolves and everything with the cannon. Because some idiot was standing down, they're trying to, they're breaking up the event and everything, while the guy's going, get the hell out of the way.
Maybe consider putting a couple little tags or labels like in the beginning. One of the first shots, I really didn't know what I was looking at.
Oh, okay.
Maybe if you just put something along the bottom or something, just to say what it is to give us an
They
idea.
were feeding, there's like a soup kitchen thing going on. Were they feeding you?
Yeah,
Or
as a matter of fact, they had,
was that picture that you had, was that what they were serving or?
basically it was, they're not tacos, but oh shoot, what am I thinking of? Fajita, not fajita.
Tortillas.
Tortillas.
There you go.
That's what I get for taking French.
I would have liked to have seen the lady that was talking, because the first whole part was just stills. It would have been nice to throw at least one video in there while
she was talking or something.
Oh, okay, yeah, cause she was doing a magnificent job.
Or even
This
just
is
a
those-
still with her name, you know, whatever. I was kind of at a loss as to what was going on. Yeah, would have broken the.
Oh, okay. Okay,
And I would have probably taken the nice lunch picture at the end and put in with that, even if it wasn't together. It would have flowed, I think, a little better.
okay. Yeah, cause it was pretty much in the sequence that we did the field trip.
Right.
And if you haven't been on one of our field trips, the reason we go on our field trips is to go to this
Is
place
go to
for
lunch.
lunch. Yeah, okay. If you didn't know that already, you need to know, but,
Check out all the hot spots in town.
yeah. But yeah, appreciate that. You know, I'm not sure if I've got any of her commentary on video, but I'll check around and see if I do.
Hey, Tom, when you're shooting a historical situation like that, you might consider what's in the background. You decided to put the camera on the ground and the cannon, which I thought was neat, except TEP has power poles sticking up right in the back. It just kind of ruins the setting.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
that when the riflemen were up there?
No,
Is there-
well, that.
Well, that too.
But that, I don't know what you're gonna do about that, but
That
with
was
the
pretty
cannon.
cool that the muzzle blast, you could see the flag get moved when they shot.
Oh, yeah.
It affected the flag.
And that was kind of fun too, because there were a couple of misfires. So basically I did a cross dissolve between an earlier round of shots and the second round. So first round, you know, there's no drummer
Right.
giving the signal and everything to fire. And then the second part, you know, all of a sudden he's.
So they were saluting you, is that it?
No, I don't think so. What I liked was the guy at the end. Well, I don't know if he had an elephant gun or what, but you know, everybody else is going pow. Pow, boom,
Oh, yeah.
bam, you know,
It's definitely made a lot of sense.
yeah.
All right. See what we got next year. Let's do, Mike, showed this, his reflection video last week, but he took our suggestions and, went and remade it.
Wow.
Oh, it's excellent.
What do you folks think of that compared to last week's?
I like it better.
Can see the images.
Yeah,
And everything, where with the format last week, it was kind of.
Yeah, the slideshow didn't transition well.
Yeah.
For sure.
The one thing this is my own personal opinion, I'd have your, photography editor talk to your director and everything about that one black and white shot, how that fit into the video.
Yeah.
He missed that
Yeah,
completely.
think about that black and white shot, yes.
So that's the only one you added to it.
Yeah.
And everything. I don't know with everything else, so I just did, it did work for me,
Mhm.
but it's your video. Any other comments for Mike? No, well, nice job. Nice job. Coming along fine. To be ready for your trip to Portugal.
Yes, 2 weeks, yeah.
Natural rain, or did you have to get the water goes out?
No, everything was, natural, yeah. Although I have seen pictures of people with water bottles and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice to have those rains a couple of weeks ago where, get some of those shots, so.
All right. Next one's gonna be one of Tom's.
Oh, no, not again.
And again, let's see.
Yeah,
We have two more here. We got, let's do the
yeah, I'm
rodeo.
gonna do that one for you, and then the next one will be for, travel log, since it was done overseas, for Mexico.
Okay.
Yeah, again, this is one of our field trips, that not too many people go on. Unlike most of the ones we have where you have a wait list, we still have room on this one. And if you've ever driven, if you go up Old Nogales Highway and it transitions to 6 at Irvington, and you have the rodeo parade grounds.
Right.
You probably just breeze right by this thing without ever giving it a thought. And it's a shame that you do, because there's some amazing history in this building, and you'll see just a little bit of it.
It all-
Not always open.
It's all,
It's only certain days, and we work it out with the museum where we're the only ones there. And so, and we get a guided tour really from the outreach manager, there at the, what used to be the Rodeo Parade Museum, now it's the Wagon and History Museum. Cause it's more reflective of actually what they have on display and the different exhibits they have.
it always looks closed to me. When I drive by.
That's assuming, yeah, and that's assuming you even look at it. I think it's like Thursday, Friday and Saturdays, or, it's just odd days that it's open.
Yeah, I mean, it always just looks seasonal.
Yeah, it is, because they shut down in April
Yeah.
and don't open up again until November, if I remember right.
I remember correctly, it's made out of hardwood, so it almost just looks like a shack.
Yeah, and it turns out there's like 4 big exhibit rooms or buildings that they have the exhibits in, so, and when you first look at it, you think there can't be anything here. Quite the contrary.
is this again?
It's, if you know where Irvington and, the intersection of Irvington and Sixth, basically where, the Old Gals Highway turns into Sixth,
Gotcha.
is the rodeo parade grounds. And so you see all the bleachers and everything, as you go by. And again, the museum itself is just kind of tucked away and you'll miss it if you're not really looking for it. It was kind of neat though, because, you know, so many of our members go out on the field trips to Mezcal movie set and the old West things because of all the old stuff you can photograph. And there's just tons of old stuff. There's turn of the last century, exhibits, all through this place. So it's pretty cool.
I could be mistaken, but a couple of those wagons look familiar. Do they put them in the parade?
Yes, they do.
Yep.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, there's, between the parade, a lot of the wagons will be out.
Yeah.
And, as a matter of fact, the parade's later this month.
I think it's on Thursday, isn't it?
Thursday, yeah, yeah.
Yep. But, it's a great parade.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, supposedly it's the world's largest, non-motorized parade.
Yep, yep.
And they changed, FYI, they changed the route this year. It used to go on down to Irvington and everything across the railroad tracks, and apparently Union Pacific said, we're too busy running trains and everything, we can't block off our service. So they had to reroute it, so if you've been there before, just be prepared for some changes.
There's a map online to show the new parade route.
Exactly, yeah.
I used to get there at 6 o'clock in the morning and find my parking spot, so I wouldn't have far to walk if it was raining or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So it's a fun parade.
What time does it start?
The parade starts at 9 and they start blocking off roads about 8, I think, or 8 o'clock in that neighborhood, yeah.
7 or 8.
One of the things that was just a side note, when I was still with Circle K, when they had the parade, they would assign us to different stores to just watch people not parking in, parking in the parking lot, taking up all the parking spaces. So we had to, when they pulled in, then we had to make sure that they were going to the store and then they left shortly afterwards.
The other thing that's kind of cool about the parade is they'll bring the horses in ahead of time and put them in the parade or the rodeo grounds and have people go out making different noise, honking horns and doing all kind of things. Just so the horses get acclimated to the sounds and everything they'll experience. Just so they don't get spooked during the parade.
I'm sure they've got some of the biggest cows in the world in that parade. They're all.
Oh, yeah. This year's gonna be their 99th year, and one of our club members is a big fan of the mule teams in California, and she's working with the Rodeo Parade Museum to see if they can get the 20 mule team Borax in for their 100th anniversary
That'd be cool.
trip. Yeah,
That'd be worth seeing.
but it's kind of neat. If you go take the tour, you'll find out where the term dashboard came from, and also backseat driver. It's really fascinating backstory on that.
Another backstory, and I don't know any of those wagons, but the Studebaker Company, that's where they got their start in building wagons during the Civil War, and then went on to get into automobiles.
They have some in that museum.
Oh, yeah.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, you saw the Ronstadt wagon
Yes.
briefly, and it's like, yeah, that same Ronstadt family that's, otherwise you'd think they're all singers.
No, they owned one of the largest ranches around at one time.
They did?
Did a hike in Hope Canyon, and they had a windmill in the trail that had Ronstadt hardware. That's where it came from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting if you buy a seat at the grandstand, you get the loudspeaker and you could get all the history, who's in the parade and all
Oh, great.
All right, well, we have one more from Tom here.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, this will be for travel log. Monica and I were down in Puerto Vallarta, and if you ever get down that way, make sure you take a trip to their botanical gardens. It is amazing, between not just the plants and stuff, but the hummingbirds there, all the different bird species that show up, make it pretty cool.
I really liked your graphic at the opening.
Yeah.
Where words came in. I like that.
Yeah, I was inspired by things Todd's been doing with the lead-in for Showtime. And it's like, yeah, okay, I'll try one of those things out and see what it does. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, the men's and ladies' room, the reason I threw that in there is they're anatomically correct. And I thought, wait a minute, we have a G audience and everything, so.
Well, then you're not gonna like my next one.
Oh, okay.
That's a problem. I watched the beginning of Showtime, and he had those really nice clips with Pathé News. I mean, Pathé, when they were first inventing, digital movies, and I looked at it and I said, now I know. The Pathé brothers weren't just wasting their time out in the parking lot, taking pictures of employees. Somebody was in a bathroom getting somebody undressed, trust me. So I hunted it down and yes.
That was different.
I never
That was
was.
it, that thing.
Oh, okay.
Lumineers. Luminate, brother.
Luminaire.
Lumiere.
Lumiere.
Luminaire.
We Americans.
And the Ken Burns effect, Ken Burns did invent that. That's our iconographic technique.
Ken Burns didn't invent anything.
No.
I take it you're a fan.
You're good.
No,
The one very nitpicky, your background leaf,
Mhm.
where you have the other photos showing on top of it.
Yeah,
Very upper left corner, there's a hot white spot. And I would either just change it just a hair or the orientation of it or burn that little white spot down.
Oh,
It's a little bit of a distraction, but it's, like I say, that's super nitpicky.
not a problem, appreciate that.
I
Oh,
thought
way
the
to get
birds,
better, you
the
know?
birds were great too.
Yeah, good,
Birds shot some really.
good birds.
Real birds?
What's that?
Were they real birds?
Oh, yeah, they were absolutely really great. And it was fun because you'd be,
Oh, my God.
yeah, they have a cafe there. And you never know who's gonna show up to watch you eat. So birds would be perching right next to you, or the bees were fun because they were checking out all the drinks that we had that had fruit in them. And it's like, okay, you know, you have a little bit, well, I'll have a little bit, we'll all be good.
Yeah, but you didn't have any bird sounds.
No.
In his place, I wouldn't do that because these people can't identify the damn bird. Like a sound it makes.
Yeah,
Hey, Phil, make sure you got the correct bird.
I know. The right sound, right bird.
and more cowbell, right?
So is there a reason why you had so many, vertical shots?
Just because we didn't know any better, you know, we should have been
That's the
taking
best
all
answer.
shots.
This is the trip you just took, right?
Well, the year before and this one, yeah. And this one actually was, we breathed, by the time we got down there, we breezed in, we ate, and we took about 3 shots and left. So most of these shots were from the year before.
That's your excuse and you're sticking to it?
Yeah, absolutely. That's before I was really invented and started learning, you know,
But
the
you
right way of doing things.
So you didn't know better then?
Didn't know better then, so I'm just trying to salvage what I can out of a crappy shoot.
You guys did a good job.
Oh, thanks.
All right, I just decided I never shoot vertically. Solves the problem.
Yeah. You're not on TikTok then.
Thank God. Thank you.
Any other comments? Questions, suggestions? That's, all the videos I have for today.
Without Tom, we wouldn't have had anything.
Yeah, I'm glad you sent those over to me yesterday.
Thanks.
Because
You
Kevin and
know,
I've been emailing back and forth. I'm like, So like, you have anything you can send me? And he sent me bikes, but that was it. So.
And basically, I'm trying to do one for each of the field trips that we're doing. And, so working on one for the Fox Theater, one for the Franklin Auto Museum. And like I mentioned, we just teed up steampunk. And that's gonna be a meet here, go there, and you just go wherever the heck you want. It's gonna be a very unstructured deal because frankly, the steampunk organizers don't even have their program out yet. And this happens, like the 29th of February and the 3rd of March.
And this is a casino.
Right.
That.
And so I, I kind of got Todd's perspective, that, hey, without having the Old West background, it really detracts.
It does.
But then Gene hits on the point that, you're really focused on the characters. The way everybody's all dressed up and everything. So I think it's an opportunity to do some portrait photography and things like that.
Yeah, that's a little high.
And then,
Was it for?
$48.
$48?
yeah, for a 1-day pass.
That's expensive.
It's pretty high.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Even
Now,
back
now to make up for that, I got a freebie the next day. The Rails in the Garden tour, is going on that same weekend. And I picked Sunday, to hit basically 4 out of the 10 G-Rail, G-scale exhibits that are gonna be out there. Including lunch, about halfway through, so if you don't wanna pay $48, if you're too cheap, and you're on the wait list for Linda's, Windows and Doors on Sunday, and you can't make that one, you can always make the Rail in the Garden. One of the stops will be to the Tucson, Wagon and History Museum, to check out their little, so you get a chance to scope that out a little bit too. That's how Monica and I found about the museum. And then there's the, one that's just fascinating. I think you've been there, where the guy has his rail out front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
His whole front yard is a scene.
Yeah. With tons of trestles. And-
Yeah, a lot of detail work. I mean, I'm gonna call him an incline, because that's what we call him in Pittsburgh, but
Yeah, funicular, I think. it is.
yeah, he has that set up and some other things up in trees with people on swings and all.
Jeff
kinds of
doesn't live
stuff.
in an HOA.
What's that?
He doesn't live in an HOA.
And since we're in the multimedia group, I left you still.
Did.
I did.
Really? Can we drink out of it? Oh, you mean a still picture? Oh, never mind.
This one right here?
That's it.
That looks like.
We don't wanna open it up in elements.
No, it should come up as a JPEG.
God, it looks like us.
I know about you guys. There we go.
Okay. Okay, this is, we went to the Barbara Seville Opera, at the Linda Ronstadt Music Hall. And we were fascinated, this is the stage, obviously, by their backdrops. In the old days, you had backdrops you moved.
Right.
These are all video screens.
Digital.
Oh, the,
And the change of scene that, well, first of all, the red arrow covers the kind of the proscenium around the stage. And the yellow one is the back part, there's one in between, so you can have a house or a room. And they have the walls on the middle one and something else in behind there. It's just fascinating what they do. And it just flows down through. If they want night scenes, they got stars up there. You want a daytime in the sky, you've got a blue sky up there. It's just fascinating. It flows down the screen.
Right, but one direction.
Yeah, yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, I just remember them going down, from top to bottom, and others, they must have cross dissolved or something, I can't remember, to get the different rooms, but when I first went in, all these things were great. Said, oh, this is interesting, you know, and then it lit up and we're looking at it and saying, how did they light it all up? And eventually Penny dropped and said, oh, those are video streams.
Were you drinking wine? That's a state of the art center, so that's nice to know.
Yeah, I was just so impressed with it, you know, so I'm thinking multimedia, there it is.
You take a video?
No, this was that intermission, I just took still. They make it real clear, no photos, no video.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, same with Broadway in Tucson, and, you know, those are other things that, you know, you go for the musicals and everything, but then you get fascinated by the way they're doing the staging on these, the way they can use videos and just small set pieces and everything.
Anyway,
to
so
bring
still to
stuff.
stay on the theme of multimedia, which we're supposed to be, strikes me there were no videos today that had narration. Just music. Bill used to teach, sound, music, narration, wild sound. Well,
Sound effects.
people should think about that kind of stuff. It makes a big difference. Than just looking at it.
Well, I thought multimedia was many cables and that.
It is. Come look at my desk.
Larry, speaking of audio, isn't somebody doing a Audacity class very soon?
That's me on Wednesday. I don't know whether there's anybody signed up for it.
Oh, it shows up at 14 minutes. Give me a break.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding.
No, I was on a wait list within a half hour.
No kidding. Okay. Nobody told me.
Oh, well.
Gene, tell
So
How many-
this,
How
so
many
this is gonna be on the
student
other,
sheets do I need?
It's gonna be in the small.
yeah.
How many student sheets?
20.
20. Okay.
Just do 20, yeah.
So is this room being used in the afternoon?
Astrophysics or something.
Is he doing that again?
It's not the same guy.
Yeah, this is split, right?
The other guy kind of
Just
just
a John.
dropped that.
Yeah, well. It's because everybody already was sleeping.
Oh, I went to one, it was very good.
The first one, but after that, it was all just telescopes.
Oh,
Yeah, I tried to get into, you know, how you set your camera and everything for astrophotography and stuff, the star trails.
But you know, multimedia is such a broad term that. You know, it means combining at least two things together. So I'll give you music and slides and I spoke up that. But I'm with you, I like the narration.
I agree, but we can't all be the same, we're,
No,
No. But expand.
but we are all the same. That's
I-
that.
I don't know. I got a son-in-law who's got a poster in his little office there and it says, you're unique, just like everybody else.
Well, that's good. Oh, true, yeah. Oh, my goodness.
Well, this is, on the side note, I did that video on the sphere here a month or so ago, and, the guy who calls himself Spider-Man decided to climb it,
Okay.
and did a bunch of damage to it, like $100,000 damage, because they're all pucks, like hockey pucks, and he climbed up it and everything.
And they caught him?
Oh, they caught him. They wouldn't let him go back down. They brought in a helicopter to take him off because he'd already done that much damage. And then the little ship, he says, my lord will get me off.
Probably will.
Yeah.
How much damage? 100?
Over $100,000 of damage.
I can see it easily would be.
Oh, yeah. Just climbing on every one of those. I mean, it was an easy climb for him, you know, because the shape of it.
and when you think about how far we've come with multimedia and the ability to do digital presentations, it's almost astounding. I remember when you had 3 slide projectors all synced together with cords and cable and going on the screen with the tape recorder playing in the background. You know, and it was just like, it took a whole crew to make what would be a 5-minute slideshow.
You probably remember Bell and Howell projectors too, I bet.
I'm older than you.
All righty, well,
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, Todd.
Thanks for keeping it going.
Three different.
I tell you what I was talking about, I remember Don Spear used to